Have you ever noticed how, as the years go by, your knees might creak a bit more when you stand up or your fingers feel just a little stiffer in the morning? It's not unusual. Many of us start to feel these little aches and pains more often after 70. But here's the good news. Movement doesn't have to hurt, and staying active is one of the best things you can do for your joints and overall well-being. In fact, with the right exercises, you can actually reduce joint pain and keep your body feeling strong and mobile. I understand the instructions. Here is the script as written. I know what you might be thinking. Exercise sounds great, but if your joints already hurt, isn't moving around going to make it worse? That's a common concern, especially if you've been dealing with discomfort for a while. But let me share something important. Gentle, targeted exercise is often the key to relief, not the cause of more pain. Think of it like this. If you leave a door unused for too long, the hinges get stiff and squeaky. The same thing can happen to our joints. But when we move them regularly and carefully, they tend to stay more flexible and less painful over time. Now, I'm not suggesting you jump into anything too intense or uncomfortable. We're not talking about running marathons or lifting heavy weights, unless that's something you've already been doing and enjoy. What I want to show you today are 5 simple, low-impact exercises that are perfect for anyone looking to ease joint pain without putting unnecessary strain on their body. These aren't complicated routines that require special equipment or hours at the gym. They're practical, easy-to-follow movements you can do at home, maybe even in your living room or while sitting in a chair if needed. Let's start with the first exercise, which is so gentle you might be surprised it counts as exercise at all. Walking. Yes, plain old walking. Now, before you roll your eyes and say, "I've heard this before," hear me out. Walking is one of the most natural forms of movement we have, and it's incredibly effective for keeping joints lubricated and muscles strong. But there's a way to walk that makes it even more beneficial, especially for those dealing with joint stiffness or pain. The trick is to focus on form and pace rather than distance. If you're new to walking or haven't done much lately, start small, just 5 or 10 minutes a day, and gradually build up from there. Wear comfortable shoes that offer good support, and choose a flat, even surface where you won't trip or stumble. As you walk, try to maintain an upright posture, not too stiff but enough to keep your spine aligned. Let your arms swing naturally at your sides and take slow, steady steps. Pay attention to how your feet hit the ground, rolling gently from heel to toe. This helps distribute pressure evenly and reduces strain on your knees and hips. What makes walking such a powerful tool for reducing joint pain is its ability to improve circulation. When you move, blood flows more freely to your joints, bringing nutrients and oxygen that help keep cartilage healthy. Plus, regular walking strengthens the muscles around your knees, ankles, and hips, which in turn supports your joints and takes some of the pressure off them. Over time, many people find that walking consistently helps ease stiffness and improves mobility in areas that used to feel tight or sore. But what if getting outside isn't always an option? Maybe the weather's bad, or you live in an area that doesn't have safe sidewalks or accessible paths. No problem, you can still get the benefits of walking indoors. Try walking laps around your house, pacing back and forth in a hallway, or even marching in place while watching TV. The goal is to keep moving, even if it's just for a few minutes at a time. You'd be amazed at how even small amounts of activity add up over the course of the day. Another thing to consider is timing. If your joints tend to be stiffest in the morning, try taking a short walk after breakfast. The gentle movement can help loosen things up and set a positive tone for the rest of the day. Or, if you notice that your joints ache more in the evening, after sitting for a while, take a brief stroll after dinner to keep them from locking up overnight. The idea is to listen to your body and find a rhythm that works for you. Now, if walking feels too challenging at first, or if you have balance issues, it's perfectly okay to use a cane, walker, or any other assistive device that gives you confidence and stability. Safety comes first, and having the right support can make all the difference in helping you stay consistent. And remember, even if you need to take breaks or modify your pace, every step counts. Progress isn't about speed. It's about showing up for your body each day and giving it the movement it needs to stay healthy. So, once you've got a routine going with walking, you'll probably notice a shift, not necessarily overnight, but gradually over time. Your joints may feel less stiff, your muscles stronger, and your energy levels a bit higher. And that's exactly what we want. Walking sets the foundation for the next few exercises we'll talk about, because it gets you moving and builds a sense of momentum. Once you're comfortable with a daily walk, you'll be ready to introduce some additional movements that target specific joints and muscle groups. Before we move on to the second exercise, let me remind you that consistency is key. You don't have to push yourself too hard or try to do everything at once. Start small, celebrate the tiny victories, and give yourself permission to rest when you need to. Everyone's journey is different, and what matters most is finding a rhythm that feels sustainable and enjoyable for you. All right, now that we've covered the importance of walking and how it can help reduce joint pain, let's shift gears and look at another highly effective exercise that's perfect for seniors: seated leg lifts. This one might surprise you because it's done while sitting down, making it ideal for anyone who has trouble standing for long periods or needs extra support. Seated leg lifts are fantastic for strengthening the muscles around the knees and hips, which plays a huge role in supporting joint health. But before we dive into the details of this next exercise, take a moment to reflect on how far you've come just by considering these changes. Every small step you take toward staying active is a win for your body and mind. So whether you've already started walking a little more or you're simply thinking about trying it, you're already on the right path. Keep that positive mindset going. We've got 2 more exercises ahead that will help you continue building strength and flexibility in a way that feels manageable and rewarding. There's something truly empowering about taking control of your health, especially as we get older. And when it comes to managing joint pain, the right kind of movement can be a game changer. We've already started with walking, which is such a great foundation because it's accessible and gentle on the body. Now let's build on that momentum with our next exercise: seated leg lifts. I know what you might be thinking. How can lifting your leg while sitting down possibly make a difference? But trust me, this simple movement packs a powerful punch when it comes to strengthening the muscles around your knees and hips. These are some of the most commonly affected areas when it comes to joint discomfort, especially as we age. The good news is, you don't need any special equipment or even much space for this one. All you need is a sturdy chair and maybe a wall nearby for balance if needed. Here's how to do it. Sit up tall in your chair with both feet flat on the floor. Keep your back straight but relaxed, no need to stiffen up, and place your hands lightly on your thighs or the armrests for support. Then slowly lift one leg straight out in front of you until it's parallel with the floor. Hold it there for just a second or 2, then gently lower it back down. Repeat this motion with the same leg for 8 to 10 repetitions before switching sides. Now, if lifting your leg completely off the ground feels too difficult at first, that's totally okay. You can modify the exercise by simply tightening the muscles in your thigh without actually lifting the leg. This is called an isometric contraction, and it still helps build strength in the quadriceps, which are the muscles on the front of your thighs. These muscles play a key role in supporting your knees, so strengthening them can help reduce strain and discomfort over time. One thing I love about seated leg lifts is how easy they are to incorporate into your daily routine. Maybe you're watching your favorite TV show, having a cup of tea, or waiting for the kettle to boil. You can sneak in a few sets without even breaking a sweat. It's all about making movement part of your everyday life, rather than something you have to find time for. And remember, consistency matters more than perfection. Even doing this exercise a couple of times a week can make a noticeable difference in how your joints feel after a few weeks. Another benefit of seated leg lifts is that they promote better circulation in your lower body. When we sit for long periods, which many of us tend to do as we age, it's easy for blood flow to slow down, especially in the legs. This can lead to stiffness and swelling, which only adds to joint discomfort. By engaging your leg muscles regularly, even in small ways, you encourage blood to keep moving and nutrients to reach the tissues that need them most. And here's a bonus tip. Try adding ankle weights once you start feeling stronger. Start with light ones, maybe just a pound or 2, and see how your body responds. If you don't have ankle weights handy, you can use small water bottles or even canned goods wrapped securely around your ankles. Just be sure not to overdo it. The goal isn't to strain yourself, but to gradually build strength in a safe, sustainable way. As you work through this exercise, pay attention to how your body feels. If you notice any sharp pain or discomfort beyond normal muscle fatigue, stop and rest. Everyone's body is different, and it's important to respect your limits while still challenging yourself enough to see progress. Over time, you may find that your legs feel lighter, your knees less wobbly when you stand up, and your overall mobility improves, not just during exercise, but in everyday activities like climbing stairs or getting in and out of the car. So now that we've covered walking and seated leg lifts, you've got 2 solid exercises under your belt that are helping to strengthen your joints and improve your range of motion. But we're not done yet. Next, we'll explore a third movement that's incredibly effective for relieving tension in the shoulders and upper back. These are areas that often get overlooked, but they play a big role in keeping us comfortable and mobile, especially as we spend more time sitting or doing repetitive tasks like gardening or housework. This next exercise is called shoulder rolls, and it's something you can do practically anywhere. At your desk, while standing in line, or even while brushing your teeth. Shoulder rolls are fantastic for releasing tightness in the neck and shoulders, which can contribute to stiffness in the upper back and even affect posture over time. Poor posture can put extra pressure on your spine and surrounding joints, leading to aches and pains that seem to come out of nowhere. To perform shoulder rolls, simply sit or stand tall and relax your arms at your sides. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, slowly roll your shoulders forward in a circular motion. Imagine drawing a circle with your collarbone. This helps guide the movement in a smooth, controlled way. Do this for about 8 to 10 repetitions, then reverse the direction and roll your shoulders backward for another 8 to 10 reps. You might be surprised at how much tension you carry in your shoulders without even realizing it. Stress, poor ergonomics, and lack of movement can all contribute to tightness in this area. And over time, that tightness can translate into discomfort in your neck, upper back, and even your arms. Shoulder rolls help break that cycle by encouraging relaxation and improved blood flow to the muscles around your shoulder joints. What makes this exercise particularly valuable is its simplicity. There's no learning curve, no special technique required, just a gentle, rhythmic movement that anyone can do. Plus, because it's so subtle, you can practice it throughout the day without drawing attention to yourself. In fact, why not give it a try right now? Roll those shoulders forward and back a few times, and notice how your upper body feels afterward. Chances are, you'll feel a little looser, a little more at ease, even if just for a moment. Incorporating shoulder rolls into your daily routine can also help prevent future stiffness from setting in. Think of it like maintenance for your body. Just as you take care to oil the hinges on a squeaky door, these small movements help keep your joints and muscles functioning smoothly. And the more consistently you do them, the more natural they'll become until they're just a regular part of your day. So now you've got 3 exercises working together to support your joints. Walking strengthens your lower body and improves circulation. Seated leg lifts target the knees and hips, and shoulder rolls release tension in the upper body. Each one complements the others, creating a well-rounded approach to staying active and reducing joint pain without putting unnecessary stress on your body. Before we move on to the 4th exercise, let's take a moment to appreciate how far we've come. You're not only learning practical ways to feel better, you're building habits that can last a lifetime. Every time you choose to walk a little farther, lift your leg a few more times, or roll your shoulders while waiting for the kettle to boil, you're investing in your health and independence. And that's something worth celebrating. Now, let's continue building on this progress with our next exercise, one that's especially helpful for maintaining flexibility in the wrists and fingers. As we age, it's common for these smaller joints to become stiff or sore, making everyday tasks like buttoning a shirt or opening a jar more challenging than they used to be. But with a bit of gentle movement, we can keep those hands and wrists limber and functional for years to come. Let's talk about something many of us don't give much thought to until we start noticing it: our hands. Have you ever tried opening a jar and felt your fingers stiffen up? Or maybe buttoning a shirt has become just a little more difficult than it used to be. These small changes can feel frustrating, but the good news is that there's a simple way to keep those joints in your wrists and fingers moving smoothly. Hand stretches. Now, I know what you're thinking. Hand stretches. Isn't that something dancers or athletes do? Well, yes, but also no. Hand stretches are incredibly beneficial for everyone, especially as we age. The joints in our hands and wrists tend to stiffen over time, partly due to natural wear and tear, and sometimes because we use them so frequently without giving them a chance to rest and recover. Though with just a few gentle movements each day, you can maintain flexibility, reduce stiffness, and even prevent discomfort from getting worse. Here's how to get started. Sit comfortably in a chair, either at your kitchen table or on the couch. You don't need any special equipment for this. Place your hands flat on your lap or on a table in front of you, palms facing down. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, slowly lift all of your fingers off the surface, stretching them upward as if you were trying to reach the ceiling. Hold that position for just a second or two, then gently lower them back down. Repeat this motion 8 to 10 times. This simple movement helps activate the muscles and tendons in your fingers and hands, encouraging better range of motion and reducing tightness. If you notice any stiffness during the exercise, that's perfectly normal. Just go at your own pace and avoid pushing through pain. You can even modify the stretch by lifting just a few fingers at a time if that feels more comfortable. Another great stretch involves making a fist. Start with your hands open and relaxed, then slowly curl your fingers into a loose fist. Don't squeeze too tightly, just enough to feel a gentle stretch in your palm and fingers. Hold that position for a couple of seconds, then slowly open your hand again, spreading your fingers wide like you're trying to make your hand as big as possible. Repeat this sequence 8 to 10 times for each hand. What makes these hand exercises so effective is their ability to improve circulation and joint mobility without putting strain on the body. Because they're low impact and require minimal effort, they're perfect for incorporating into your daily routine. Maybe while sitting with a cup of coffee, watching TV, or even during a commercial break. And the best part? Over time, you may find that everyday tasks like holding a fork, turning a key, or gripping a grocery bag feel easier and less painful. Now here's another variation you might enjoy: wrist flexion and extension. This one focuses specifically on the joints in your wrists, which can often become stiff from repetitive motions like typing, knitting, or gardening. To perform this stretch, extend one arm out in front of you with your palm facing down. Use your other hand to gently press the fingers of the extended hand downward, feeling a stretch along the top of your wrist and forearm. Hold for a few seconds, then switch directions by pulling your fingers back towards your body, stretching the underside of your wrist. Repeat this on both sides a few times. You can also try rotating your wrists in slow circles, first clockwise, then counterclockwise, to encourage smooth movement in all directions. Again, these movements should feel gentle, not forced. The goal isn't to push yourself to the point of discomfort, but rather to introduce a little more ease and fluidity into your daily movements. One thing I love about these hand and wrist stretches is how easy they are to personalize. If certain motions feel better than others, focus on those. If something doesn't feel quite right, skip it. Your body knows what it needs. The key is consistency. Even doing these stretches for just a few minutes a day can make a noticeable difference over time. And let's not forget the mental benefits either. When we take a moment to move our bodies intentionally, even in small ways, it sends a powerful message to our brains that we care about ourselves, that we're still capable, and that we're taking steps to live our best life. That kind of mindset can be just as important as the physical movement itself. Now you've got 4 exercises working together to support your joints throughout your body. Walking keeps your lower body strong and mobile. Seated leg lifts target the knees and hips. Shoulder rolls release tension in the upper body, and hand stretches maintain flexibility in the wrists and fingers. Each of these movements plays a role in helping you stay active and independent, and together they create a well-rounded routine that's easy to follow and adaptable to your individual needs. But we're not done yet. There's one more exercise I want to share with you, and it might just be my favorite, because of how deeply it supports overall joint health. This next movement focuses on improving balance and strengthening the core, which is essential for maintaining stability and preventing falls as we age. It's gentle, effective, and something you can do almost anywhere. No equipment needed. Are you ready to learn about the final exercise in our list of 5? Let's dive in together and explore how a few simple balance exercises can make a world of difference in how you move through your day. After all, staying steady on your feet is one of the most empowering things you can do for your independence. And it starts with just a few moments of focused movement each day. Let's take a moment to talk about something that might not come up in everyday conversation, but is incredibly important as we get older: balance. Think about how often you rely on your balance without even realizing it. Stepping off a curb, reaching for something on a high shelf, or simply bending down to tie your shoe. These are all small actions, but they require a surprising amount of stability. And the truth is, maintaining good balance isn't just about preventing falls. It's also about preserving your independence and confidence in your daily life. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. I've never been great at balancing, even when I was younger. That's totally okay. The beauty of this final exercise is that it doesn't require any special skills or prior experience. In fact, it starts with something so simple, you'll probably wonder why you didn't try it sooner: standing on one leg. Yes, really. Standing on one leg is one of the most effective ways to improve balance, strengthen the muscles around your ankles, knees and hips, and support overall joint health. And here's the best part: you don't have to do it perfectly right away. Start small and work your way up gradually. Let's walk through how to do it safely. Begin by standing near a sturdy chair or countertop, something you can lightly hold on to for support if needed. Stand tall with your feet hip-width apart and slowly lift one foot off the ground. You don't need to raise it very high, just enough that it's clear of the floor. Hold that position for as long as feels comfortable, maybe starting with just 5 seconds. Then gently lower your foot back down and switch sides. At first, you might wobble a bit. That's completely normal. Your body is learning, adjusting, and strengthening with each attempt. Don't worry about how long you can hold the pose. Focus instead on the feeling of being grounded and centered. Over time, you'll likely notice improvements, not just in your ability to balance, but in how secure you feel on your feet throughout the day. If standing on one leg feels too challenging at first, there are plenty of modifications you can try. For example, you can keep both feet on the ground and simply shift your weight from one side to the other. Or, if you're sitting in a chair, try lifting one leg slightly off the floor and holding it there for a few seconds before switching. Even these smaller variations help build awareness and strength in the muscles that support your joints. Another fun and effective variation is heel-to-toe walking. This might sound like something you did as a child playing games, but it's actually a powerful balance exercise. All you need is a straight path, like a hallway or a cleared space in your living room. Place the heel of one foot directly in front of the toes of your other foot, as if you were walking on a tightrope. Take slow, controlled steps forward, keeping your arms out to the sides for balance if needed. Try doing this for 10 to 20 steps, focusing on staying steady with each movement. What makes heel-to-toe walking so beneficial is that it engages multiple muscle groups at once, especially those around your ankles and core. A strong core plays a huge role in supporting your posture and stability, which in turn helps protect your joints from unnecessary strain. Plus, this kind of focused movement encourages better coordination between your brain and body, which becomes increasingly important as we age. And speaking of the brain-body connection, did you know that improving your balance can actually enhance cognitive function? Studies have shown that balance exercises stimulate neural pathways related to spatial awareness and motor control, which can help keep your mind sharp along with your body. So while you're working on standing a little steadier on one leg, you're also giving your brain a gentle workout, which is always a bonus. Now let's talk about how to incorporate balance exercises into your routine in a way that feels natural and sustainable. Just like the other movements we've covered, consistency is more important than intensity. Aim to practice a few minutes of balance exercises each day. Maybe after your morning walk or while waiting for the kettle to boil. If you're watching TV, use commercial breaks as an opportunity to stand up and do a few repetitions of single leg stands or heel-to-toe walks. You can also make it a social activity. Invite a friend or family member to join you, turning it into a light-hearted challenge where you both laugh at the wobbles and celebrate small victories together. Not only does this make the exercises more enjoyable, but it also reinforces the idea that taking care of your body is something worth sharing with others. As you continue practicing these balance exercises, pay attention to how your body responds over time. Do you feel steadier when you walk? More confident when you climb stairs? Less reliant on furniture or walls for support? These subtle changes are signs that your efforts are paying off and that your joints are benefiting from the increased strength and stability. So now you've completed all 5 exercises designed to reduce joint pain and keep you active after 70. Walking to improve circulation and lower body strength. Seated leg lifts to support knee and hip health. Shoulder rolls to relieve upper body tension. Hand stretches to maintain flexibility in the wrists and fingers. And balance exercises to boost stability and prevent falls. Each of these movements works together to create a well-rounded routine that's easy to follow, adaptable to your individual needs, and most importantly, effective. You don't have to do them all at once. Spread them out throughout your day in short, manageable sessions. The key is to stay consistent and listen to your body, making adjustments as needed to ensure comfort and safety. Before we wrap things up, I want to leave you with a reminder. Aging doesn't mean slowing down. It means adapting, growing stronger, and finding new ways to enjoy life. Every step you take, every stretch you do, and every moment you spend moving your body is a gift to yourself. And the more you invest in your physical well-being, the more freedom and independence you'll enjoy in the years ahead. So whether you're just starting out or already incorporating some of these exercises into your routine, give yourself credit for showing up and taking care of your body. Celebrate the progress, no matter how small, and remember that you're capable of more than you think. If you found this information helpful, I'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below. What challenges have you overcome? Your story might just inspire someone else to take their first step toward a healthier, more active lifestyle. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more tips on staying strong, mobile, and vibrant at any age. New content is coming soon, and I wouldn't want you to miss it. Here's to living your best life. One step, one stretch, and one balanced moment at a time. Thank you for spending this time with me. And remember, you've got this. Keep moving, keep smiling, and most of all, keep enjoying every stage of life to the fullest.